What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about a very important topic, which is how to get in peak shape on a busy schedule. If you're really serious about it and you're ready to level up not just your physique but your entire lifestyle, follow my guide step to step and you will finally see some real results. I divided this video into blocks. Each one is just as important as the others, and it's a foolproof way that would guarantee you not just a start, but also progress and succeed in your health and fitness journey. So, without further ado, let's just start with the first block, which is where everything begins, and it's motivation. Why is the mindset important? The mindset will determine not just the amount of effort that you will put in, but also how motivated you are to continue, to keep pushing, especially when you want it the least. This is something that you have to deeply want because it requires certain adjustments and sacrifices in your life and in your daily routine. So you have to be honest with yourself about how solid your motivation is and also what are the real reasons why you're doing it. The answer to these two questions would determine your chances of success. Some people will get started on their own. Some people need a kick in the arse, but whatever works, it works. You might have to give up on certain foods you really enjoy or drastically reduce the amount of intake of others. But if you're all about partying and living that wild life, you don't really seek a solid structure in your life or particularly care about your long-term health, it would be particularly hard for you to see the big picture. But honestly, you should give it a go nonetheless, because hopefully when you see the results that you never thought they were possible, your mindset will switch and you will start seeing the big picture later on. The key is to see it as a lifetime journey. So it's not just something that you do it for a short period of time, you get what you want and then you quit. You just need to switch your life completely and convince yourself that your health is the most precious thing you have. Well, or at least you have to try to, I don't know, fake it until you start to really believe it. The mindset shift is essential, not just to keep your head in the game, but also to prevent you from not slipping back into old dangerous habits. It's cheesy as hell, I know, but your future self will thank you. The second block is about putting your life on the right track. Now, this might be easier said than done, I know, but hear me out first. Do your best to find a stable job with a decent pay and also regular hours. That way, you're going to be able to reduce stress and, most importantly, have a source of sustainment, not just for yourself, but also to provide for your diet and for your gym membership. The financial and mental stability will create the ideal environment to thrive, and it will make it easier to succeed. Obviously, if you already have a lot of money, you don't need to work at all, or you're just very accomplished in whatever it is that you do, then you can just move to the next block. If you don't know what to do with your career, you're stuck at one of those random jobs with odd hours, and you're doing very stressful shifts, very long shifts where you have to interact with a lot of people, you know, unless you don't have any other options available, just try to find something a bit more relaxing, even if it means giving up on a little bit of money, because you will realize sooner rather than later that your mental health is just as important than what's in your wallet. So once you've achieved some sort of stability in terms of earnings and in terms of lifestyle, you can move on to the next part, which is possibly the most critical one, and it's nutrition. Now, when it comes to the nutrition block, I want to start by saying something that it's extremely important. So open up your ears and try not to forget this. You cannot outtrain a bad diet, and I cannot stress this hard enough. If you want to get a lean, athletic physique, you need to clean up your diet first, and you need to get rid of all the rubbish. Food today is often full of chemicals, often full of dangerous toxins to humans, stuff that we shouldn't even be consuming. So you should really be paying attention to food labels and trying to understand what are you getting into your body. A little bit of flexibility here and there is fine, but if you're not mentally strong to restrain yourself from overeating, you might mess up an entire week of dieting with just one meal. What I mean is that you don't have to be drastic, you don't have to live like a monk, but you just have to be reasonable about, your food choices and, about things that you should probably be cutting out from your diet, like sugar drinks, ultra processed junk, things that are very easy to overindulge because they're very palatable, they're relatively cheap, and they're available pretty much everywhere. Also, whatever's your diet, I don't care if you're carnivore or vegan, your diet should be mainly consisting of whole foods. That means food that only have one ingredient. Also, your diet should revolve around quality sources of protein, like chicken, beef, eggs, legumes, tofu. You should also eat complex carbs for energy, your fruits and vegetables for vitamins, and healthy fats for hormonal regulation. Now, this is just the basic structure. And then based on your goals, then you can include more calories, less calories, you can adjust protein and carbs and so on. The cleaner the diet, the better you look and feel. It's literally that easy. The hardest part is to get the food ready in advance. So if you have the time and the patience to do meal prep, that is a lifesaver. Otherwise, you will have to buy food outside, but that way, first of all, you're going to spend way more money. And second, you're never 100% sure what's in your food and in which quantities. So, to wrap this block up, a proper diet will not only fuel your workouts, it will improve your recovery abilities and how your body works and feel overall. And last but not least, a proper diet will make you feel way more full and satiated throughout the day. That way, you will feel way less the need to cheat. The next block is probably what you expect, and it's about training. The gym is not for everybody, but it doesn't have to be the same workout for everyone. Some people love lifting weights, they can spend hours in the gym. Others, not so much, but they do it anyways because they know how important it is, and others completely hate it and they would do anything rather than lifting weights. Now, I recommend weightlifting to everyone, and I suggest to give it a proper go before you dismiss it. But if you must avoid it at all times and you despise everything about the gym, for either personal preferences or maybe you have some serious medical reason why you cannot lift weights, I get it. Just find whatever sport you enjoy doing on a regular basis. It can be swimming, it can be boxing, it can be ping pong. I don't care. Just go out there, just get moving and do something athletic to challenge your body. And if time is the issue there, just invest in some equipment you can easily store at home and bring out when you need it. It will save you a trip to the gym, will save you some time and also the price of the membership if that's something that worries you. For cardio, it's pretty much the same. Like it's very, very flexible. Do whatever you enjoy doing, like a brisk walk, running, cycling, tap dancing. Just burn some calories and make sure to break a sweat. What I'm trying to say is to stop with the excuses and just do it. Not only when you feel like it, but also more importantly, when you know you must. And I want to end this, with another banger that seems, straight out of a fortune cookie, which is the magic is in the work that you avoid doing. Next block is really, guys, like so important. So pay a lot of attention because it's recovery. Now, recovery is not just in terms of sleeping, but also in terms of post workout recovery. You grow when you don't train, and I hope this is clear to everyone. When we're training, we're just sending the signal to our body to grow, but then that signal is processed and utilized when we're asleep. So you might go to the gym like 4, 5, even 6 times a week, but if you don't get enough sleep, you're getting basically not the best out of it and you're leaving a lot of gains on the table. It's not just about the looks, obviously. Sleep really regulates how your hormones work, how your body feels, how your body works. Your brain will be more responsive. Your DOMS will be much more manageable, and also digestion will work much better. So basically, it has all sorts of benefits, and you must not underestimate it. The other aspect is that it keeps stress at bay. Basically, stress, especially mental stress, can easily reflect on your physique and turn into physical stress. You will feel more exhausted and you don't know why. And also, you might feel moody because, without sleep, your hormones don't work as much. So, as they're not regulated, you might have more frequent mood swings and so on. So basically, you need to be able to sleep enough and you need to stop overthinking about every little thing and worrying about them so much. Sometimes, it's just one thing like relationships, it's work, it's money, very, very often. Other times, it's all of them, it's all of the above at the same time. And if something is, out of our control, I mean, I'm sorry to sound so direct, but you just have to let it go. If something is in our control, then you just need to work harder to fix it. But when we don't have control over a situation and it's not up to us to fix it, we might as well just forget about it and just focus on ourselves. So I think this is a way more productive use of our time, and also we drastically reduce the amount of stress that you undergo. The best bodybuilders in the world are the ones that just train hard in the gym, they eat the best meals, and also they spend the rest of their time just chilling, resting, playing video games, or whatever they like doing in their free time. But obviously, since most people they're not that lucky with their lives, you just need to try your best to get a decent night of sleep, and whenever you can, a couple of hours nap during the day, that is perfect. All right, guys, we're almost there. I can already see the finish line. Now, the last block is about enjoying the journey. We all have to go through things we don't like doing when we want to achieve something that we really want. So we might as well try to enjoy the journey or fake it till we make it. Whatever you choose, you know, easy or hard, you have to understand that if you're doing your best, you don't have to be so hard on yourself. You have to take it easy, meet your limitations, be honest with yourself, try to understand your mistakes and how can you improve on them. But at the same time, appreciate your progress and how far you've come. Building your best self takes time and effort. It's not something that just happens overnight. Things will eventually happen if you're consistent, if you're motivated, if you're focused on your goal, and also if you focus on just getting a little better every day. I feel like, I don't know, we went full circle with the whole motivation thing, but it's really the key to everything. And unless you really work on your mindset, none of the steps that I just mentioned will even remotely make sense to you. Alright guys, that's it for today. Hopefully this video will help you get started and see some results, not just in the gym, but in everyday life. If you like what I do on this channel, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. It will help a lot grow the channel and also help me create more videos like this. Comment what block is the most critical to you. Share your story and see you in the next one.